Jesus also says, if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them 2 miles. So in this story, if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them 2 miles, everybody knew who the anyone was here. It was a Roman soldier, because by law in that day, if a Roman soldier was walking by, and they did a lot of walking, and they would carry these heavy packs, some say like 80 to 100 pounds of gear in these packs. And by law, if they were tired or they just didn't feel like carrying their pack, they could say, by law, carry my backpack for 1 mile. And you were forced then to take on this 80 to 100 pound load and carry that backpack for them for an entire mile. Now imagine how this would make people feel. Not only, if just because it's an inconvenience. I mean, walking 1 mile, it takes a while, and then you got to walk 1 mile back. And let's say that you're going somewhere with your family, and you have plans, and you're doing something. And here comes a Roman soldier, and he says, carry this backpack for 1 mile. You have to do it. You just have to do it by law. And you have to take your time out, and you just have to do that, and you have to come back. So not only is it an inconvenience and it's a struggle for you, but it was also a form of humiliation oftentimes, because in that day, generally animals carried loads. They carried the weight. They would pull weight. And so basically, a lot of times, the Jewish person or a slave person, it was just one more way for the Roman soldier to say, you are no more important than an animal. You are inferior to me. But what does Jesus say? Instead of the normal reaction, and instead of begrudgingly carrying that backpack for 1 mile and kind of muttering under your breath the entire time and sort of dragging your feet and maybe making that soldier be late to wherever he's going, or trying to be a nuisance. And instead of the normal reaction of, once that mile is done, throwing that backpack down, and maybe someone would curse at the soldier, or do something else toward them that might be offensive, that they felt that they could get away with. Instead of that, Jesus says, look at this as an opportunity. Tell them nicely that you're actually going to help them, and you're going to walk 2 miles with them. You're going to give them an even bigger break. Now imagine if a believer would do that in that day. The shock that would come over the Roman soldier. Here he had been trying to be cruel and treat someone in an inferior way, and now this believer is not taking the low road, but instead is choosing to take the God way and the strong way, and saying, okay, you might act like I'm inferior, but I'm not. God, they wouldn't say this, but God makes me big enough inside that I can carry your backpack willingly, without any law making me do so, and I will carry it an extra mile and be kind to you. Imagine what might come over the heart of that Roman soldier, and imagine maybe the discussions that might happen in that mile. Imagine the next time that Roman soldier might see you. Imagine when that soldier goes home and talks about it to his family. Hey, I wasn't really nice to somebody today, and they are actually kind to me. And And they said it was the God inside them that helped them to do that. Imagine what could happen from that. There are always possibilities when people mistreat us. And Jesus is saying, don't take, as a believer, don't take the natural way out.